What's up, boys, girls, and everything in between? It is Raptor Patton again, doing stuff and things and talking to myself. Now, effectively, I'm talking to myself. That doesn't bother me, but I am, in reality, talking to myself. That's fun, right? Yeah. Anyway. Everybody having a good Wednesday? It is Wednesday, right? It certainly is. Alright, what am I supposed to do with this fucking beacon, by the way? What's my objectives? Gotta do a thing. Alright. I will not let you defeat me, Protoss! The Protoss will fall like the bitches they are. Anyway, so, last time I was ranting about Mormonism and its ties or connections, as it may be, to, does it seem really quiet? To, Christendom. So again, I was raised Mormon, and there's a lot to Mormonism that I respect. So this time I'm going to go through real quick and just tell you, at least right now, why I don't hate Mormons. One of those reasons is, of course, because my mother is LDS. It's a long-standing family tradition. My great-grandmother came to the United States as an immigrant from Norway when she was 14 years old, by herself, because she had joined the LDS Church and had followed their directives to relocate to Zion, or Utah. According to the Mormons, this is where the saints are together, where the kingdom of God will be raised up in the mountains, as it says in the book of Isaiah. That God's house will be raised in the heart of the mountains. Well, anyone that's from Salt Lake knows that, yes, in fact, it's mountainous. There are mountains to the east. We're on the cusp between the Great Basin, desert to the west, and the Rocky Mountains to the east. We're the border. Salt Lake City is that border. You thought you could defeat me, you bastards. So we're on that cusp. So a lot of LDS people use the prophecy in the book of Isaiah saying that God's house would be raised in the mountains. I don't personally believe that that's what the prophecy referred to, but I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm not an Israeli prophet from the old days. I don't even speak Hebrew. I know some words in Hebrew, and I know a few words in Yiddish. Okay, so I just have something to point out. Reavers that the going into Warhammer mode here. That the Protoss use are overpowered as shit, because they don't harm their own guys. You go away! Yes, I will chase you to the ends of the earth with your damn scarabs! Fucking Reavers. So, yesterday I was talking about food restrictions and other restrictions that the Mormon Church has put on its members in order to actually go to heaven. Which, again, from a biblical standpoint, don't hold any water. They don't mean anything. That's one of the basic tenets of Christendom is that Christians, it is not a sin to consume what you want. The sin lies in other aspects of that. For example, if you are an alcoholic, you drink all the time, regularly, and that addiction has replaced replaced your family and your friends and above all God in your life. That's where the sin lies, according to the New Testament, and according to Paul. He warns against drunkenness. He does not tell you that it's a sin to drink alcohol. That's not a sin. There's nowhere in the Bible that it says that that's a sin. And so why do the Mormons tend to regard such things as sinful? I believe that it's some kind of biblical need for straightforward and overwhelming and borderline arbitrary laws. It really is. It's the Mormon Church tries to base itself off of the Old Testament, which in this case means nothing if you're going to be a Christian. Are we fucking... See, these fucking assholes can just destroy with one fucking bomb several of my forces. One shot. The fucking siege tanks of the Terran can't do that. Terran siege tanks can't kill that many guys at one time. Reavers are, to me, the Protoss in a general sense are fucking ridiculous in original Starcraft. They're overpowered. They have too much that they can do with little with little detriment. The Protoss can do basically anything that they want, which is one of the things that always bothered me about Protoss. But anyway, let's kill that guy. Alright, moving in. Haha, run away, asshole. So, there's a lot of complexity to Christendom. There really is. Christianity is not a simple concept when you get into the depths of it. It's not complicated. The idea of Christendom is just that Christ did a thing and you're saved if you believe in him. That's the heart and the basis of Christendom. And the LDS Church believes that that's simply not enough. That Christ and Christ's authority and Christ's divinity are not sufficient to save people. That is the utter concept of Mormonism. The gospel of Jesus, if you look at it from a theological standpoint, is extremely simple. It can be complicated. It can be discussed and debated and developed in deep lines, certainly. But the basic idea is extremely simple. One example from the New Testament that I would give is when Jesus, he's approached by a centurion of the Roman army, a man who is in command of soldiers, of men, of of equipment, whatever. And he, therefore, holds authority. And he says to Jesus that someone is sick, but that he understands authority and tells Christ, you don't even have to show up. You don't need to be there. Because I understand how authority works. If I say you need to do this, that's it. That's all that's needed is my word. And so with your authority with God or whoever, from his Roman standpoint, you can just say that my servant is healed, and it will be done. You don't even need to show up to my house. I'm not worthy of you showing up to my house. And Christ says, I have not yet seen such faith in all the nation of Israel. Go, it is done for you. That's all that needed to happen. He didn't need to lay hands on anyone's head. He didn't need to have some sort of crazy ritual. Christ just said, yeah, no, that's totally how this works, and it's fantastic that you understand that. So sure, yeah, no, your so-and-so is fucking healed. Because Christ's word is enough. His word in the Bible is to go and teach his sheep. Feed my sheep. He tells the apostles and his disciples that. There doesn't need to be all this crazy ritual then tied to that idea. Why would there be? Christ said so, therefore it's done. So Mormons believe that there needs to be some sort of priesthood authority and ritual that is done in order to make the will of God happen on earth. It doesn't make any sense from a Christian standpoint. And the Mormons I know don't understand this concept. It's alien to them that perhaps Christ is enough, that we do not need there to be a laying on of hands and a prophet and priesthood authority. Why would there be? We've already been given authority by Christ himself, who is, according to the Bible, the Word of God. He already is the Word. He's the law. He's the end-all, be-all. So why do Mormons feel that God needs to operate within certain restrictions and rituals? That's an Old Testament concept. And it's utterly alien to most Christians. To be like, yeah, no, your priest doesn't have the priesthood. And they go, well, the priest has learned a lot and been to school and studied theology. Why does someone need to be blessed by some priesthood authority in order to do the basic things that Christ told us that we must do on earth? Here's another issue that I have with Mormonism at the LDS Church. Is you've got I'm rambling a lot about something that a lot of people either don't care about or don't know anything about. Which is fine. You're allowed to do that, by the way. You don't have to know these things. But in Mormonism, they require a temple to get to the highest level of glory. They believe that there are 3 levels of heaven, by the way. To get to the highest level of heaven, or in other words, salvation, one must do a great number of things. You must do all sorts of rituals and go to the temple and be married. It is Mormon doctrine that if you are not married, you cannot achieve the highest level of glory. Mormonism has a fixation on sex, by the way, if nobody knew that. They have this obsession with sex. Mormons are the most sexual people I've ever met in my life. If you really want someone with starved and unhealthy beliefs on sex, Mormon ladies are that person. They just are. Because Mormonism puts so much emphasis on sex or the lack thereof, or sex with multiple people, or sex requiring you to go into heaven, or sex is what creates spirit children that can then populate an entire planet. The Mormons believe that if you are adherent to their beliefs and to their doctrine perfectly, mind you, you don't get the pass of being an imperfect person. Mormons don't believe in such things. They don't believe that you at all should be forgiven for being a human. You're just damned if you're not perfect. That's why Mormons tend to be perfect, according to their own doctrine. But anyway, you must go through this temple. And to get into this temple, you will be asked a series of questions by your bishop, which the Mormons also misunderstand what a bishop is. It's someone that has been appointed to be in charge of a single congregation. A bishop in Mormonism is not like a Catholic or Protestant or Orthodox bishop or patriarch, where it is very much someone that has spent a lifetime dedicated to the study and understanding of Christian theology. It's someone that's just appointed because God chose them. That's it. That's all you need to do to be a bishop. Is you have to be, quote unquote, selected by God himself, according to the auspices of those in the church that outrank you, who determine whether you're worthy to be a bishop. And there are many bishops who are terrible people, or they're completely unsuited to the job of giving people life advice. They're people that don't necessarily have any real authority to talk to you about your feelings and your choices in life. At least when you're talking to a Catholic bishop, the guy has studied psychology and studied theology and knows a great deal both about Christendom and your beliefs. Jesus, how do they... Stop! Fuck off! Jesus, Protoss! I fucking hate Protoss. I really do. I think they're the most fucking boring race in this stupid fucking game. Anyway. So, Mormons don't believe that Christ has authority. They don't. They don't believe that Christ and his word means anything. That Christ could say something and they'll go, oh, well that seems underwhelming. Where's the ritual? Where's the prophetic influence? Where's the Old Testament adherence to these arbitrary rules? Where are they? And Christians will go, well, why would we have those? It doesn't make any sense. Jesus went and did the thing, and so we're done. That's it. That's all that is needed. And Christ said, yeah, you're my shepherds, and you're feeding my sheep. There you go. That's the end of the fucking story as far as Christians are concerned. The story is not reliant upon all sorts of arbitrary rituals and promises that apparently Jesus never kept. Because the Mormons seem to believe that Jesus is a failure. That's in their doctrine, effectively. Because in the New Testament, Christ says, yeah, no, I'm the good shepherd. I'm the good husband. My wife is the church, is the body of believers. And the Mormons believe in no uncertain terms that he failed. That Christ and God's focus and belief on earth, their work here, was confounded by man. That the Mormons believe that, oh, for fuck's sake, how do they have so many fucking people? Fuck off! Anyway, you can't deploy ground forces, or else the enemy's just going to have reavers and they'll destroy most of your entire fucking army right off the bat without you being able to retaliate. So, yeah, no, the Protoss are fucked, and I fucking hate them. Also, I tend to hate any elf-like or technologically advanced alien species in any sci-fi. Fuck them. The universe is for man and man alone. I'm very much one of those people that, oh, if humanity started exploring the galaxy, I'd be all for just fucking genociding the shit out of alien species. I don't believe that they have rights, if they even exist. Our philosophy applies only and specifically to man, as far as a sentient species. Anyway. So, it just doesn't make any sense from a Christian standpoint, and I completely understand why Christians don't believe in the Mormon Church. There's a great many reasons why they don't. But anyway, I've been rambling for a minute. How long have we been here? I don't know, I don't keep track. I'm kind of lazy. But anyway, hope that was enlightening for somebody. We require more Vesping gas. Alright. It's because this geyser ran out real damn quick. Alright, well, I think that's probably going to call it for today. Right? Have we been playing for a minute? Alright. Now we got 3 Guardians now. I'm just trying to take out this Protoss base. That's all I want to do. Let's see if we can take out that cybernetics core. Are we serious? Where the hell do they have the fucking ridiculous ass fleet? Where did they get all the fucking dragoons? Where did you get your resources, jack fucks? You don't have enough! I know you don't, you cunt fucks! Anyway. So, guess I'll just fucking swarm them with Zerglings and shit. Get fucking Hydralisks down here. I know I shouldn't be using ground forces because the Protoss are fucking overpowered and don't give a shit about the rules of this fucking game. But whatever. Slaughter them. Slaughter them all. Go. What the fuck? How do they have so many? Look at this! Been able to build an entire fleet and an entire army. Faster than I can. I'm Zerg. What a pain in my dick. This isn't even the only Protoss base. Their fucking armies and fleets are just overpowered as shit. I can't do anything about it. I have to do this slow and fucking methodical. Because the game's like, yeah, no, we can just build things faster than you could ever fucking hope to. Fuck you, the person who's playing this game and paid fucking money for it. We don't give a shit if you have any goddamn fun. Fuck you. Alright. Well, anyway, that probably does it for today. You all have a great, whatever the rest of your fucking Wednesday looks like, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.